And we move into Wipeout, the first round. Yes, these ones are all a predetermined set of questions, so we won't actually get repeats on this one, thankfully. Those that do not know how to play Wipeout, you will see a board of 16 answers. Each answer will have a number associated to it in the top left corner, 1 through 16. There will be a question. 11 of the answers on the board will be correct and will match the question. 5 are incorrect. They are wipeouts. When the bidding phase opens, which I will say, and also the chat will say, when the bidding phase opens, you may submit as many answers as you would like, up to however many remaining answers there are to give. So at the first bidding phase, there will be 11 answers you can give. And you can give them in any sort of form, so you can give them as like 1 space 2 space 3, or you can go 1 comma 2 comma 3. Don't give a bid as the number that you would like to submit. So don't say 7 if you want to submit 7 answers. Just actually give the 7 answers, and I work that out. Read that link for a semi-detailed breakdown of how it all works. Once all of the bids are in, we then process the bids in a randomized order, giving out points as necessary. And you always have to try and avoid wipeouts. Anytime you give a wipeout answer, regardless of where it is in your answer sequence, your entire sequence will be reset to 0 points and you'll have nothing. So always avoid the wipeouts. However, you must give at least 1 answer in each bidding phase. If there's a situation where we don't use all of the answers in a bidding phase, so there's still correct and wipeout answers on the board, then we will go to a second bidding phase for that same board until all of the correct or wipeout answers are revealed. There are 5 boards per full game, and we will have 2 full games hopefully. I'm hoping all this will work. It should have downloaded all the questions, theoretically. You know what? Let's not do theoretically. Let's actually go and actually check it properly to make certain it has. So I don't want more technical problems to occur, ideally. So we'll go to local wipeout dev. We go to the questions, and I'll make certain it actually has all the questions downloaded for it. First 1 questions. So we'll have, yep, that's in. That is, and okay, so all of the ones in the first game are definitely in there. Beautiful. So yeah, I've already decided ahead of time what the questions will be. It's going to be a bit weird, this one, because yeah, these boards, they're not. Some of them aren't perfect. I'm afraid they're not what I would like to have in question board. They're a bit kind of meh. And yeah, as Squircat's saying, it's a hard game to write proper decent boards for that are fun and interesting and aren't just regurgitations of facts. So this one's probably going to be a bit more infrequent, and or there may be just certain people that just know how to write the questions properly and they'll do it. However, this being in the list form style, we can always use just standard general knowledge lists as another thing rather than being a wipeout thing. So we can reuse the questions that aren't actually being used for wipeout for another purpose. Because I know there are still a lot. Yeah, who dares wins, but in those cases, then we'll need the complete lists to work rather than just a select 11 and 5. What game are we playing now? We are playing Wipeout Quets. You played that with us a couple of weeks ago, if I remember rightly, so you should know how to play, I think. It's definitely not Fortnite. All right, one more minute until we start this game off. Much like Impossible, if you don't join in on this lobby at the beginning, you won't be able to play along for XP. It's not like Wonderwall where you can just join in whenever you want. Your most recent one, Egg Fried, I would have been okay with putting through, but it was, submitted it late and I was already getting stuff sorted for this evening, so didn't have enough time to really put this in the mix. But yours was actually all right. It could do with some tweaking here and there, but out of the others that are still listed up there, it is a better one up there. No, that's definitely not happening, Line TK. Like I say, it's definitely not happening. there's the 60 seconds time limit, and that's all it is. You can also submit your answers in separate messages as well. So if you want to submit 13, and you can also submit 12, you can submit those as separate messages if you want. You'll only have up to 11 or up to however many correct answers there are left on the board to give, though. You'll be able to see on stream on the right hand side in the leaderboard however many you have submitted to the game that are yet to be accounted for, so you can use that to see if they've actually come through or not. And you'll get little bleeps and bloops as well on the stream as well. If I get 1 million subscribers, I may consider flossing. Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable sub goal. Yeah, don't submit 11 answers unless you are absolutely sure, though. Yeah. If you get a single wipeout in that entire list, then your entire list will score 0. Okay, I think that's everything sorted. Oh, I forgot this one's got a Stream Deck profile. Let me go and use that. Profiles, wipeout. There we go. Up to, so not all. Yeah. Okay, let's start the game. Good luck, everybody.
Let's play Wipeout.
What are we going to do when our streams are getting 1,000+ views? Yeah, I know, Quets, I know. Yeah. Well, we'll look at the aim of, let me get a full mob for 1 versus 100, and I'll say, that's it. We're done. Don't need to do any more streams. That's it. Okay, here comes your first board, and it concerns those ancient male gods from Egypt. The answers are... Who of these are male gods from Egyptian mythology? There are more than 1,500 god and goddesses known from the ancient Egyptian mythology by name, but we know only a part of them, which were indicating their character or role. There are some both male and female forms of Egyptian gods like Ra and Anubis, so their name doesn't contain in this list. Which of these are male gods from Egypt? Your 60 seconds start now. This is Avti's questions, so Avti will not need to give any answers, and they will be granted a 200-point bonus right at the end. Exactly, Avti, you do not need to answer. This is yours already, so you do not need to give any answers, and you will end the round on 200. Biggest bid so far is Trioda with an 8. After that, it's Nata with 7. And Lupine on 7 as well. Although that can all change. We have 25 seconds left of bidding. Score count's up to 7. Trioda's up to 8. 15 seconds left to submit a bid. Yes, you still need to submit at least one answer. Elias with a late bid there of 4. That is time. Asset also there with a bid of 8. Only Avti not giving anything, but they are granted author immunity on this question. Okay, so let us see how many answers. 16 answers were picked from the board. So we will see all of the answers given, and there will be no further bidding phases for board number 1. Okay, let's see the first answer. It is Aten. Just Asset and Tipster going with this answer. Is Aten a correct answer? Yes, Aten is. Do I have any information on that? I only have some information. I don't have a full list. I think I only have the wrong answer information here. So, Aten is a correct answer. Next one. Isis. Ryan, Lupine, Nata, Ruta, Puzzledan, and Trioda all going with Isis. Afraid that is a wipeout answer. Isis was Osiris's wife. It was a female goddess. She's also a goddess of motherhood and magic. Not a male god, I'm afraid. So, Ryan, Lupine, Nata, Wuta, Puzzledan, Trioda, regardless of the remaining answers you have given, you will end this round on a 0 wipeout score, I'm afraid. Aten is something with the sun related. Male aspect of the god Ra. Hey, hang on then. So there are some both male and female forms of Egyptian gods like Ra and Anubis, so their name doesn't contain this list. And yet you've just said that Aten is the male aspect of the god Ra. Wait, what? Hang on. Okay. I'm confused now. but we're going to have to continue on because this is the board I've been given. All right, next answer. Nut. Clive, Emsley, Your Nightmare, Elias, and Trioda going with Nut. I'm afraid Nut is a wipeout answer. Nut is a goddess of the sky, a member of the Aeneid. Again, not a male god. So Clive, Emsley, Your Nightmare, Elias, and Trioda will now end on a wipeout score. Still 13 answers to give. Next one. Hathor, or Hathor. Score count, Talcott, Emsley, Natter, Your Nightmare, Elias, and Trioda going with Hathor. No, that one is a wipeout answer as well, getting the wipeouts out early. Hathor was a female goddess of among the above, sky, sun, motherhood, afterlife, music, and dance. Again, not a male god. All right, 10 right and 2 wrong left on the board, so majority there are definitely right answers. Let's keep going. Atum. Few people going with this one. Atum. Atum is correct. Next. Geb. A few people going with this one. Geb. Yes, Geb is a right answer. Ra won't be on the list, but the male aspect could be. Oh, I see what you mean now. Okay. I was just confused as to why, because I thought the way it was written, that like male and female forms of these ones that were listed would not come up at all, but whatever. Okay, 8 right, 2 wrong still on the board. Next one. Ishtar. Drahuska and score count only going with this one. Ishtar. That is a correct answer. Next one. Nofretiti. Not entirely certain how to pronounce it, but only Trioda going with this one. I'm afraid also a wipeout answer. Nofretiti or Nefertiti was an Egyptian queen, the great royal wife of Akhenaten or Enaten. Nofretiti. Okay. That was another wipeout answer, unfortunately, Trioda. 7 right, 1 wrong still left up on the board. Next answer. Amunet. Lupine, Natter, Emsley, and Your Nightmare going with this one. Whoa. Hang on. That didn't work. I just hit another button. Okay. Nefertum as well. So it's going to pick one of those to reveal an answer. This is a slight bug. I'm aware of this one. But we'll... Right, let's say. Reveal an answer between Amunet and... Oh, no. But the leaderboard stuff's going to get broken, isn't it? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so that was an incorrect answer. Doesn't say. Amunet is a female counterpart of the male god Amun. So it means that all these remaining answers are actually correct. Yeah, this has all gone broken like hell because Asset's now up to a wipeout score of 30. That doesn't make sense. Oh, this is all so broken. I'm so sorry, everybody. Well, let's reveal all the other answers. Osiris, Sobek, Thoth, Akka, Kepri, and Horus. Wow. That all got broken. I am so sorry. I didn't realise there was such a game-breaking bug in that. And there's not really much I can do about that, I'm afraid. I don't think I can just award a penalty to someone. So, scores appear to be right, but... Oh, no, they are right. Then why... What? Okay, so the colours are just wrong then. That's fine. Okay. The colours are wrong, the scores are fine. Okay. Whatever. I'll just remember not to press those buttons in that order again. Alright, so the end of that round, Asa is in the lead, despite it saying red. It's not red, it's actually green. Score of 360. Then we have Egg Fried Catnip and Lord Matt G with a tied score of 210. Then Avti ending that round with the author bonus of 200. Then it's Samster and Livio and Drahuska on 150. Tipster and Jsack on 100. Quetz on 60, Setra on 30, Lion TK and Jerry on 10. Everybody else ended on a wipeout score. Okay, we are clear, we are sorted. All the points are right, it's just the highlighting was just a bit balked. Alright, well we move on to board number 2. And board number 2 is... Focus the right window. Board number 2 is... musical symbols. Here are your answers. You'll see names and titles of musical acts, which 11 of them are missing a symbol. The symbols used in this set are umlauts and usual punctuation marks, exclamation points, dashes, etc. They may not correspond to the correct use of grammar, or they may usually be omitted when mentioning this act in public media, but they are present in the official name or title of the musical act. Which of these are missing symbols? 60 seconds starts now. Some of these are missing things like exclamation points, dashes, maybe question marks, maybe hyphens. And there's umlauts in there as well that are missing. Which ones are missing things, which ones aren't? 30 seconds remaining. Still need an answer from Jasak, Natter, Your Nightmare, and Trioda. Highest bid so far looks to be Lion, Lupine, and Elias. No, Elias is now up to a full bid of 11. Elias can no longer submit any more answers. That is the highest bid someone can offer. Just 5 seconds left. Your Nightmare still need to give an answer. That is Timeline getting a late bid in there. Your Nightmare unfortunately did not get a bid in time. That does mean you will be wiped out, although you are already on a wipeout score of 0. Puts you into tied last place currently. 15 answers were given. That does mean we will see all of the answers on the board. This bidding phase will be the last bidding phase for this board. All right. Just putting in JC's answers. All right. Okay. Here comes the first answer. Therapy. Avti, Drahuska, and Elias going with therapy. That is correct answer. Should actually have a question mark at the end, so it should be therapy. It's an alternative rock band from Northern Ireland. That is correct answer. Next one. Panic at the Disco. A lot of people going with this one. Just Lord Matt G, Avti, Cetra, Score Count, Wuto, Puzzle Dan, and Trioda not giving this answer. Panic at the Disco. That is a correct answer. So that should actually have an exclamation mark at the end of Panic. So it should be Panic at the Disco. It is an American rock band. 9 right, 5 wrong to go. Next one. Motorhead. We have 10 players going with this one. Motorhead. That is correct. Yes, Motorhead should actually have an umlaut over the second O. So it should be M-O-T, O umlaut, R, head. Probably doesn't pronounce it any differently. It's still pronounced Motorhead, I guess. English rock band. 8 right, 5 wrong, still on the board. Next one. Snap. Avti, Samster, Tipster, Elias, Lion, TK, Lupine, Emsley, and Trioda all going with Snap. That is correct. Snap should have an exclamation mark at the end, so it should be Snap. It's a German Eurodance group. Elias still on track for the perfect answer. 7 answers to give, and there's still 7 right answers on the board. Still 5 wrong uns up there. Next one. Blue Oyster Cult. We have 10 players going with this one. Blue Oyster Cult. That is correct answer. That should have a umlaut over the O in oyster. So it should be Blue Umlaut Oyster Cult. And that is an American rock band. We're now down to 6 right and 5 wrong. Ellis still on track for the perfect bid. Next one. Aerosmith. We have Egg Fried, Ryan, and Trioda only going with this one. Aerosmith. I'm afraid that is a wipeout answer. Aerosmith does not have any additional symbols. They are an American rock band, though. Egg Fried, Ryan, and Trioda will end this round on a wipeout score of 0. 6 right, 4 wrong left on the board. Next one. Lord or Lordy. Thank you very much for the follow there. Verin. Yes, that number. Nice. Lord. Lord Matcher, Liv, Livio, Nata, and Emsley going with this one. Oh, hit the button again. Luckily, it picked the same answer again. I hit the wrong button again. I need to stop doing that. Ooh, shoot. Everything's falling apart now. That was a wipeout answer. That is as it is displayed. They are a New Zealand. Lord is a New Zealand female singer. No additional punctuation required. So you're down to a wipeout score, I'm afraid. 6 right, 3 wrong, still on the board. Elias, Lion, TK, score count, still have 6 answers to give. So still have a potential to give the full remaining set left. Next answer. Wham! Pretty much everybody going with this one, except Puzzledan and Trioda. Wham! That is a right answer. Yes, Wham should have an exclamation mark at the end, so it should be Wham! English pop duo. 5 right, 3 wrong left on the board. Next one. AC/DC. A good number of people going with this one. 16 players give the answer AC/DC. That is correct. There should be a / between, although I guess sometimes it's also like a lightning bolt kind of thing, maybe. Yeah, it's stylized as a lightning bolt, but often also done as a slash. But there is certainly a symbol between the C and the D of AC/DC. 4 right and 3 wrong left on the board. Elias, Line TK, score counts still have 4 to give, and there's still 4 remaining right answers on the board. Next one. Portugal the Man. This is an interesting one. Portugal the Man. Asset, Elias, Samster, Lion TK, Lupin, JSAC, Puzzle, and Livio going with Portugal the Man. That is correct. There should be a full stop, or in Americas you'd call it a period, I guess, after the word Portugal. So it should be Portugal the Man. I think it looks like a full stop. It's a bit zoomed in. It might actually be a comma, but anyway, it is certainly a symbol. Portugal the Man. All right, 3 and 3 left on the board. Score count. I'm afraid you have 4 answers to give. That does mean you have given a wipeout answer in your set, so you will end this round on a wipeout score of 0, I'm afraid to say. All right, 3 right, 3 wrong. Here's the next answer. Aha. 15 players gave the answer aha. Is that right? Yes, it is right. There should be a dash or whatever in between the A and the H at the beginning, so it should be A-ha, as I said, as typed, and Talca and Lion TK. There are 2 right answers left on the board, and there are 3 wipeout answers still to go. Next one. ABBA. Score count, Livio, Ryan, and Trioda going with ABBA. Yeah. That is a wipeout answer. Swedish pop group. Put them in case it would confuse somebody, because they are famously Swedish. And why wouldn't a Swedish band have an umlaut of some sort or something? Unfortunately, that is how it is displayed. It is just ABBA, no symbols or anything. Slivio's going there. Annie, Berta, Bjorn, and Angret. Okay. I remember seeing a poster with a mathematical multi-symbol, but that's not the official stylization. Yeah, it's sort of like the B's are backwards-ified or something. Yeah, but it's still a B. It's not a symbol change. All right, 2 right, 2 wrong left on the board. Next one. Riksup. I have no idea if that's the real pronunciation of that, but we're going to say Riksup. That is correct. Yes, there should be an umlaut over the first O. They are a Norwegian electronic duo. Elias still has 1 answer to give, and there is still 1 right answer on the board. Same with Lion, still 1 answer to give. In fact, everybody that's still in has 1 answer to give, and there are 3 answers left on the board. Next one. Bjork. Is this everybody that's still in? Apart from Trioda. Everyone that's still in apart from Trioda has given this answer of Bjork. Is this the last correct answer? It is the last correct answer. A Icelandic female singer. There should be an umlaut over the O in the middle there. And just for completeness, we do have to reveal the final answer that Trioda and Ryan also gave. Radiohead, Ryan and Trioda gave this answer. I'm afraid, is a Wipeout answer. But they are an English rock band. There is no additional stylization. And that is the end of that round. And congratulations to Elias there, getting a perfect 11 bid in there and now leading the game with a 660. Then it's Asset in 570, Lion 560, Avti 480, Lupines up to 450, Samster 430, Catnip with that 200-point author bonus is now on 410, Tipster 380, Talcott 360, Drahuzka 300, JSAC 250, Jerry 220, Clive 210, Quetz 160, Cetra 90, Ruta 60, and Puzzledan 30. Everybody else is on a Wipeout score. But there's still 3 more boards to play. It's still anybody's game. Anything can happen. Here comes board number 3. Objection! Your answers are... Practically every name in the Ace Attorney series is a pun. Here are 11 of them and 5 character names that I changed to be a mite too literal. Can you point out the contradiction and win this case? To clarify, we are looking for the English translation of the names from the current 6 main series games, the first Investigations game, and the Professor Layton crossover. We are not looking for names from Investigations 2 or the 2 Dai Guyakuten Saiban games, since they were never localized. So we're looking for the 11 Ace Attorney names that are actually correct. 5 might be slightly misleading, but they are currently incorrect. Your 60 seconds start now. This was a late addition from Score Count earlier today. I do appreciate Score Count for helping with submitting some last-minute additions. I'll admit I did not actually proof check any of the answers. I did instantly approve it without looking, but I do hope that everything is good. We have a full bid from Clive. We have a nearly full bid from Elias and Lion TK. Tipster, JSAC, Livio and Your Nightmare, you still need to give an answer. 20 seconds left. Just Livio and Your Nightmare left to give a bid. 10 seconds left. Your Nightmare, are you still around? You may have left. 5 seconds. That is time. 14 answers were picked on from the board in this round, so it is entirely possible we could go to a second round of bidding. It all depends on really whether Clive did give a perfect 11 bid or not. Elias and Lion TK only gave a bid of 10, so can't give all of the answers. Clive did give a bid of 11. We will see what happens. 14, it's not a complete gimme, but it could end. We shall see. All right. I do have to, unfortunately, eliminate Your Nightmare for not giving an answer in time, though. I'm afraid. You're not having some issues, going to try to help for the next one. All right, okay. No worries. Okay, so let's reveal the answers. First one. Larry Butts, Elias Lion, Lupine Samster, Tipster, JSAC, Clive, Quet, Cetra, Egg Fried, and Natter going with Larry Butts. That is correct. I think I only have the information for the 5 wrong uns on the board. I don't have information for the 11 right uns. So you just have to take my word for that it is right. Next one. Athena Sykes. Just Cetra and Egg Fried Cheese going with this one. Athena Sykes. Is that the correct spelling of that? I'm afraid that's a wrong answer. The surname I actually have here for the correct name is Cykes. So it is Athena Sykes, but it's Cykes, I'm afraid. So Cetra and Egg Fried getting wiped out. Next answer. Juniper Woods. Lion, Tipster, JSAC, Clive, Livio, Ryan and Emsley going with Juniper Woods. That is a right answer. So, Elias, you do still have a bid of 9, so you're going to have to hope that the remaining 9 correct answers are in your bid, otherwise you will get a wipeout. And of course, Clive, you're still on track to getting a perfect bid of 11. We'll see what happens. Next answer. Maya Fey or Maya Fey. Correct answer also. Next one. Winston Payne. Just Elias Lyon. Clive Natter, Ryan and Cetra going with Winston Payne. That is a correct answer. 7 right, 4 wrong. Still up on the board. No one has overbid to go yet. We'll keep an eye on it though. Next one. Matt Engard. Or Matt Engard. Matt Engard. Elias, Lyon, Samster, Tipster, Clive and Livio going with this one. Is it right? It is a right answer. 6 right, 4 wrong left to go. Next one. Albi Urgade. I have no idea on this one. Albi Urgade. Only Clive going with this one. Is it right? Yes, there is a right answer. That does mean, however, that Elias, and I'll also see that Ryan also has a bid of 6 currently to go, have now overbid and will be wiped out on this round of bidding, I'm afraid. But that was a right answer. Congratulations just to Clive for getting that one. Still on track on getting a perfect bid. We'll see what happens. Next one. Acrobat. Elias, Jasak, Ryan, Lord Matt G and Egg Fried going with Acrobat. I'm afraid that is a wipeout answer. The character is called Acro, but it is his younger brother who is called Bat. So there are actually 2 separate names here. One is called Acro, another is called Bat. There is no person called the combination of the 2. Bit of a tricksy one, that. So technically both correct title names, but yeah. But not the combined name itself. So that is your wipeout answer. Maybe there are other wipeout answers, but that is certainly one of the wipeout answers that Elias has given. Clive is still on the perfect record. 5 right, 3 wrong left on the board. Next one to reveal. Dick Gumshoe. A few people going with this one. 12 going with this one. That is correct. Next. Wendy Oldbag. That is correct as well. 3 right and 3 wrong left on the board. There are no overbids currently. Let's keep going. Phoenix Wright. A lot of people going with this one. Just Drahuska, Livio, Trioda, Cetra, and Your Nightmare, who didn't give a bid, did not give this answer. Phoenix Wright. That is a correct answer. I'm certain is one of the titular characters in this series of games. Okay, 2 right, 3 wrong left on the board. Clive now climbing up into second place there. Still 2 answers to give. Next one. Miles Edgeworth. Good number of people going with this one. 17 in total going with this answer. Miles Edgeworth. That is a correct answer. 1 right, 3 wrong left on the board. Tipster and Asset are safe. Avity and Catnip are safe. Livio is safe. And Trioda is safe on a score of 10 there. Everybody else down there is on a wipeout. Everybody else, you still have 1 answer to give. And there are 1 correct and 3 wrong on the board. Next one. Rose Hawthorne. Just Rahuska and Woot are going with Rose Hawthorne. I'm afraid that is a wipeout answer. Yes, every rose has its thorn, but so do dahlias, or dahlias, as his character's real name shows. It should be Dahlia Hawthorne, or Dahlia Hawthorne, I imagine. Okay, 1 right, 2 wrong left on the board. Next one to reveal is... Well, let's see. If the next one to reveal is a wipeout answer, then we do go to a second round of bidding. If it's the correct answer, then Clive got the perfect bid. Let's see. Apollo Justice. A lot of people going with this one. 15 gave the answer of Apollo Justice. Is this the last remaining right answer? It is indeed the last remaining right answer, and I believe one of the other main sort of protagonists within the franchise. So there we go. At the end of board number 3, Lion is on 1,110. Then in second place is Clive after that perfect bid, now on 870, Samster on 790, Tipster 660, Asset 630, Lupine 600, Avti 490, Talcott 460, Catnip 420, Quetz 370, Jerry 320, Natter 280. Score count after that getting the 200 author bonus. Then Livio 150, Emsley 150, Puzzledan 90, and Trioda 10. Everybody else is on a wipeout score. We still have 2 more boards to play out. Anything can still happen. Board number 4 is Red, White, and Blue. This one is a Farnham Ref question, hence there is no author highlight. This is a Farnham Ref question. The answers are... We did have lit vexillology last time. This one is slightly different. The flag of the UK features the colours red, white and blue. Which of these countries listed have all 3 colours in their national flag? UN members only state flags and overseas territories are not included, and any shade of red, white or blue is accepted, includes colours in the coat of arms on national flags as well. 60 seconds start now. Now, this one that Farnham Ref submitted, he did submit a complete list of flags. So there was something like several hundred answers given on both the correct and incorrect side. It should have picked 11 right and 5 wrong, but I don't have any information at all on the wrong answers on this one. I could always Google it, but I think I'll just slow it down on my end. If you want to know the right colours, then you can go and Google it yourself. We have 10 seconds left. Tipster, JSAC, Elias and Eggfried still need to bid. 5 seconds left. Tipster, you still need to bid. Oh no! Tipster! Tipster with no bid there. I'm afraid that is going to be a wipeout. Oh, your Nightmare did actually get a bid in this time of 5. But Tipster, I'm afraid you go all the way back down to 0. Does only place you in 17th place there. There is ahead of a lot of other people. 14 answers were given. Again, there is the possibility of a second bidding phase. We shall see what happens as we reveal the answers. Ah, you lost connection, Tipster. Ah, hard luck. Yeah, I'm afraid you did get wiped out. Well, at least you can play along with a theoretical answer in your head, and we'll see what happens. Okay, first answer to reveal. Fiji. I actually didn't see what the highest bid was. We had Drahuska was the highest bid there with 8, I think. There's a couple of 7s, and then it was only there's a 6 or a couple of 6s in there. Lowest bid there of 2 from Clive, trying to just maintain lead, hopefully. So first answer, Fiji, is a right answer. Next one, Iceland. 15 players going with this one. Iceland. That's a correct answer as well. Next one. Slovenia. 9 players going with this one. Slovenia. Also a right answer. 8 right, 5 wrong. Still left on the board. Drahuska still with a bid of 6 to get through. Next one. Gambia. Just score count. JSAC, Wuta and Elias going with this one. Gambia. Gambia is a right answer. Next. Press the button, please. Denmark. Just Puzzledan going with this one. Denmark. I'm afraid that is an incorrect answer. I don't think it includes all 3 colours, if I remember rightly in my head. I think is it red and white? But not blue? I think that's Denmark, is it? Yeah, sounds about right. Red and white, yeah. Yeah, okay. That's just from my memory. I haven't bothered Googling, but I think it is just red and white with the Nordic cross kind of situation. Alright, I'm afraid that is a wipeout, Puzzledan. 7 right, 4 wrong left on the board. Next one to reveal is Norway. This is another Nordic cross, but that one does contain all the 3 colours. Next one. The Seychelles. Just Sectra and Drahuska going with this one. The Seychelles. Yes, Seychelles is a right answer. Actually, wasn't this one that we've got recently changed? Potentially. Was this a recent change one? I can't remember. Yes, this is the one that was recently changed with the really angular design. I like it. It's a really nice flag for those that haven't seen it. Really nice flag. For those fans of vexillology and that. Yeah, there you go. Let's pin that back again. Okay, 5 right, 4 wrong left on the board. Drahuska, you still have a bid of 5 to get through. Does mean now you need to have a perfect bid from now on. Next one. The Dominican Republic. 10 players giving this answer. The Dominican Republic. Is it right? That is a right answer. 4 right and 4 wrong left on the board. Trioda is now safe with 110. Wuta is also safe there on 60. Elias safe on 10. And Tipster failed to answer, still on that wipeout 0. Let's reveal the next answer. Russia. A lot of people going with this one. Russia. Yes, Russia is a right answer. Cetra is now safe. So is Catnip. So is Avti. So is Samster. And so is Lion TK. Everybody else still has some answers to give. Drahuska still has 3 more answers to give. So does Your Nightmare as well. They do need to be perfect bids from this point onwards. 3 right, 4 wrong to go. Next. St. Lucia. Only Drahuska, Your Nightmare, and Puzzledan going with St. Lucia. I'm afraid that is a wipeout answer. St. Lucia. Oh, I'm just Googling these now. So this one is, it has blue and white. It does not contain the red. There's an interesting triangle in the middle. That's quite interesting, actually. I'm afraid it does not contain the red. And that is a wipeout answer. Drahuska, Puzzledan, and Your Nightmare now down to 0. 3 right and 3 wrong. There are no more perfect onwards bids anymore. Just the highest bid is 2 from Quetz and Livio. Drahuska and Your Nightmare left to go. Next answer to reveal is the Netherlands. Netherlands is a right answer. Clive, Lupine, Asset, Talcott, Natta, score count, all safe. Jerry's also safe. And Jasak, Ryan and Emsley. And Lord Matt G, all safe on that answer. 2 right, 3 wrong left to reveal. Next one is Romania. Just Livio going with this one. Romania. I'm afraid not. No, Romania, if I can type it right, contains blue and red, does not contain the white. In place of that, it has a yellow in the middle. It is a tricolor of blue, yellow, and red. No white, I'm afraid. So that is a wipeout. Unlucky. 2 right, 2 wrong. It's looking potentially likely that we could go to a second bidding round, which will leave it to a 50-50 option. Let's reveal the next answer. Laos. Just Quetz, Eggfried, and Drahuska going with Laos. Laos is a right answer. Quetz is now safe, has now moved up into 6th place. Eggfried is safe as well. And Drahuska has no more answers to give. It's only Your Nightmare with an answer left to give. And that answer is Jordan. Jordan is a wipeout answer, so we do move into a second bidding round. Remember, you must give at least 1 answer. There is only 1 right answer left on the board between Lebanon and Venezuela. 60 seconds start now. So for all now in play, this next answer is worth either 110 points towards your current score, or it will wipe you out, depending on the answer you give. And you must give an answer. It's either 3 Lebanon or 12 Venezuela. This is evil, indeed it is. And for your information on the Jordan flag, that contains red and white, but it also contains blue and green. Does not contain blue anywhere. So black and green, should I say. Does not contain blue anywhere in its flag. Contains the red and white, but not the blue. We have 15 seconds left. Jerry, you need to give an answer. There it is. Everyone is in. I could probably stop the timer now, but I can't. So just let it play out. This is Farnham Ref's question, Catnip. Farnham Ref. And both answers were accounted for. So, some will be wiped out. Some won't. Who is in? Who is out? Let's see what it reveals. Venezuela. All but Nata, Jerry, Setra, Lord Matt G, Wouter, Livio, and Puzzledan went with Venezuela. If this is the right answer, all of you will be getting 110 points. If it is a wipeout answer, then only Nata, Jerry, Setra, Lord, Wouter, Livio, and Puzzledan will get 110 points, and your score will be wiped out. Is this the right answer? It is the right answer. Congratulations to everybody there, and unfortunately, Lebanon is a wipeout. The flag of Lebanon contains red and white, does not contain blue. It has a green tree in the middle, which is very detailed. It does not contain any blue in its flag, though. So at the end of that round, well, we only have Jerry, Setra, Lord Matt G, Wouter, Livio, Puzzledan, and Nata on a wipeout score. Everybody else is on positives. And the current leader is Lion TK on 1280, closely followed by Clive Legend on 1010 and Lupine on 990. We still have one more board to play. It can all change. Board number 5 is licensed movies? Your answers are... This is another score count question. Everyone knows that video games based on movies are, by and large, less than great. However, which of these 16 video game series has had at least one feature-length release based upon them? We're looking for any case where any game in the series listed has had at least one movie release based upon it. For the sake of avoiding confusion, that would mean that it has had one associated piece of media released and promoted as a theatrical or home movie release in its own right. We are also not counting any movies that are yet to be released. Finally, the game must be officially licensed under the brand of the name. 60 seconds start now. We have some early bids in. Trioda already with a bid of 10. That's very bold. We're looking for the games that have had officially licensed movies. We're not counting any fan movies or anything like that. And a movie can be a home release as well as theatrical. Doesn't have to have the official name there, but it has to be part of the official brand. And they also must have to be based off of a game and not the other way round. 15 seconds left to put a bid in. Nata, you need to give a bid. 10 seconds. There you go. Oh, we have a full bid from Livio. That is time. 16 answers were picked from the board, so we will be revealing all of the answers. So highest bid was Livio on 11, then Trioda on 10. Alright. Quetz apparently may have messed up. We shall see how that turns out. Quetz gave a bid of 7. Let's see, Lion was very conservative with 3, though. We'll see what happens. Anything can happen. First answer. Far Cry. Just Samster, Asa, Avti, Trioda, and Nata going with Far Cry. That is a right answer. And I do actually have some information here. U-Bowl offering again and one that made less than $1 million out of a $30 million budget. Ow. But there was actually an official release. Okay, next one. Sword Art Online. Catnip, Elias, Lord Matchy, and Livio giving this answer. Sword Art Online. I'm afraid not, no. Sword Art Online was an anime series about a game before becoming an arguably better game series itself. It was the other way round. The movie/release came first, and then the game, not game, then the movie/release. So that is a wipeout answer. 10 right, 4 wrong left on the board. Next one. Tron. A few people going with this one. Sam Starser, Avti, Quetz, Trioda, Eggfry, Tips, Drahuska, Your Nightmare, Jerry, Catnip, Wouter, Elias, Lord, and Livio going with Tron. That is a wrong answer. Tron may have had a game in universe, but wasn't actually a game at the time of the original release. Not a real game, I'm afraid. So we are now down to just 9 players left in play. Lion, TK, Clive, Lupine, Talcott. Score count is just going to get this 200 author bonus, which will currently place them in 4th place. Then JSAC, Ryan, Emsley, and Natter. Everybody else has been wiped out. Oh, no, sorry. Cetra and Puzzle Dan. Sorry, my bad. Cetra and Puzzle Dan, you are still in. You haven't given a wipeout answer yet. But you are currently on a score of 0, but not a wipeout yet. Okay, next one. Metal Gear. Cetra, Eggfried, Livio, and Trioda going with Metal Gear. I'm afraid that is a wipeout answer. Metal Gear has had a fan movie, but not an official release as of yet. So just Puzzle Dan now amongst the zeros that can still score. Everybody else in the zeros are wipeouts. 10 players now in. 12 answers to reveal. 10 right, 2 wrong. Next one. Tomb Raider. A lot of people going with this one. Tomb Raider. Yes, that's correct. Tomb Raider has had multiple films, perhaps best known for featuring Angelina Jolie. Next. Professor Layton. We had some Layton stuff earlier. And 6 players going with this one. Professor Layton is correct. Layton had Professor Layton and the Eternal Diva, a tie-in movie set in the prequel Azran trilogy. Next. Alone in the Dark. 11 players going with this one. Alone in the Dark. That is a correct answer. Got a rather dismal pair of movies from the infamous U-Bowl. 7 right and 2 wrong left on the board. Next one to reveal is Dead or Alive. 9 players going with this one. Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive is correct. Yes, the fighting game series known for its attention to certain details. It got a movie in 2006. And anybody safe after that bid? No, nobody is safe from that bid just yet. 6 right, 2 wrong. Drahuska is on a perfect remaining bid, though. Must get all these answers right. Oh, no, it's already wiped out, so ignore me. Drahuska's already wiped out, so it doesn't really matter. Next one. Resident Evil. Good majority going with this one. Resident Evil, 21 players. Yes, Resident Evil was right. Let's be honest, the only thing the films got right was Wesker, but they did sadly exist, according to score counts. Hashtag opinions. 5 right and 2 wrong left on the board. Next one is Final Fantasy. 14 players gave this answer. Final Fantasy. Indeed, a correct answer. Reveal. They've had like Spirits Within, and also Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. But amongst the Final Fantasy franchise, yes, there have been official releases. With that, no, we still don't have any safe bids just yet. 4 right and 2 wrong. Oh, Drahuska, you now have a bid of 5, so you've got another wipeout to endure at least, I'm afraid. Next one to reveal is Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, we all know that Sonic the Hedgehog, there is a future release coming up with this title, but was there a release beforehand? Yes, there was. Sonic the Hedgehog. While some may argue this should be a wipeout due to the movie not being out yet, the Blur already had a movie, a direct-to-video release in 1996. So not a theatre release, but it was a home movie release in 1996. So congratulations to Lion, Lupine, Ryan, Puzzledan, Drahuska, Wuta, Eggfried, Livio, and Trioda getting that one right. 3 right, 2 wrong left of the board. Next one to reveal is Zelda. Now, we all know of like the CDI versions of Zelda, which are kind of like a sort of home release kind of thing, but they're a bit meh. Just Drahuska and Trioda going with this one. Zelda. My boy, indeed. I'm afraid that is a wipeout answer. There's like rumours flying around that there may be a movie coming out, but nothing official mentioned yet. 3 right, 1 wrong left on the board. Next one is Hitman. Quite a few people going with Hitman. In fact, I think I may have seen the particular film in question only a few weeks ago. Yes, Agent 47 was it called? I believe that was the name of the film. Any other information on that? Hitman did have a movie of the same name based upon it, which hit box office in 2007, and another in 2015. Oh, there was another one. Oh, okay. I didn't realise there was another one. Okay. I knew about one of them, that count. So, after that, 2 right, 1 wrong. JSAC is now finished on 490 points. Everybody else is already on a wipeout. Everyone that's still in, there's still some answers to give. 2 right, 1 wrong. Next one to reveal is Bayonetta. Clive, Talcott, Cetra, and Livia going with Bayonetta. Yes, that is a right answer. Bayonetta had a theatrical release in Bayonetta Bloody Fate, which also inspired the game creators to add a Japanese voice track in Bayonetta 2. Very interesting bit of fact there. Talcott is now safe. No more answers to give. 910 points. Does mean we only have 1 right and 1 wrong left on the board. The next one to reveal is Wreck-It Ralph. Of the remaining in players, Emsley and Puzzledan giving this answer. In fact, Emsley has given both of these remaining answers, so there will be a wipeout at least. Wreck-It Ralph. No, not actually a game in its own right, but it was a game conceived in the universe of the film for Wreck-It Ralph, so it wasn't a game itself, I'm afraid. So it does mean the last answer up on the board there, Ace Attorney, is a right answer. Ace Attorney did also have a live-action movie at that, released in 2012. And at the end of that game, Lion TK, congratulations, you are the winner with 1,340 points. Second place is Lupine on 1,270. Third is Clive on 1,220. Then Talcott at 910. Score count, you got your author bonus there, ended on 790. Ryan, 670. JSAC, 490. And the last remaining positive score was Natter on 360. There we go. All right, congratulations, everybody. And let's get another game underway very quickly, because this game ran a bit longer than I thought. We now only have 30 minutes, well, not even that, 25 minutes to play the next one out. We'll see what we can do. I can always push 1 versus 100 back a bit. Let's get the lobby open. You're already in, beautiful. Let's get the questions set. So we're going to go with that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. That one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. And let me just check the IDs exist on my end. They should do. Yes. Oops. Yes. Yep. Thank you very much for the subscription, Tipster. Appreciated.
T1pst flail at bash doot at bash doot at bash doot at bash doot T1pst flail T1pst flail.
T-Wompst flail. It's a great way of pronouncing it. T-Wompst flail. Thank you very much for the subscription there. And the last ID. Yep, they're all up there. Cool. We do have the IDs for all these. Beautiful. Thank you very much for the subscription there. That's your 3rd month, so your subscriber icon, whatever it's called. Sub badge, that's the term, isn't it? Sub badge has now changed. It's not as fancy as Catnip's one, though. It's nice and shiny, Catnip's one. But yeah, Tips wants to flail. It's a great way of pronouncing that. Yes, you has a bronze doot, indeed. And then a little sip of this before we move on. You'll get the golden doot soon. You're on 5 months, so your next one will be the sparkly one. All in due course, Egg Fried, all in due course. All right, 10 seconds and then we'll start this game off. You know what? Let me fill the glass up a bit more. Get some more lemonade in there. Yes, I've gone with lemonade tonight rather than just water or whatever. Living on the edge with lemonade. I know, very fancy. Schweppes as well, I've gone upmarket. Proper Schweppes lemonade. Okay. That's everybody. Yeah, those are fine, score count. Those are fine. Newbie here, how do you bid and answer? Yes, so Dominoid. When the answering window opens, you just need to submit a text answer either in public chat or whisper to Quizbot 3000, and you just need to give the number of each answer that's on the board that you want to submit. So let's say I want to submit a bid of 4 answers that are like 1, 4, 5, and 7. Then I can submit that as 1 space, 4 space, 5 space, 7, or 1 comma, 4 comma, 5 comma, 7, or you can even submit them as separate messages, 1, 4, 5, 7. So long as they are submitted within the 60-second time window, then that should be fine. Thank you very much for the gifted sub to Cetra there. Greatly appreciated, Connor. Thank you. Thank you for the generosity. So Cetra now has a doot. Welcome to the Bashers, as it's been dubbed informally. So yeah, that's how you submit answers, Dominoid. Hopefully that makes sense. It'll probably make more sense in due course as we play the game. All right, everybody ready to go? Dominoid is in there. Apodo Nuevo. That's a name I'm not particularly familiar with. Welcome, Apodo. All right, let's start this game off.
Let's play Wipeout.
Let us indeed play Wipeout, and your first board is Sugar for the Honey. Options are: which of these artists have used the word sugar in their song titles? Amongst the answers, there are artists that use the word honey have also been added to the list to make it a bit more of a tougher challenge. The correct answers are sugar, the wrong answers are honey. 6 seconds start now. There may be some that contain both, but if they contain sugar, that's correct. If they do not contain sugar, that is incorrect. Similarly, these are the names of the artists that have written a song with a title that has sugar in. Fox Hider will be moving into 1 versus 100, hopefully at 10:40, but I fear that might slip a bit. So look to 1 versus 100 maybe starting about 10:50, maybe even 11 p.m. my time, which is approximately 45 minutes from now. So 35 to 45 minutes from now. 10 seconds left to get a bid in. Dominoid, you still need to submit an answer. 5 seconds. That is time. Dominoid, do you have any... you just submitted... Oh, that's... Oh, dang it. Dang it. Unfortunately, you bid just out of time, Dominoid. But yeah, that is exactly how you do it. Just slightly too late. I'm afraid I do have to wipe you out for that. But hopefully you'll be able to bid slightly earlier on future rounds. It might be because of stream delay or something that happened, but yeah. So the bids that are in are quite low ball, actually. Highest bid of 7 from Connor. A couple of 1s across the board here, but all of the 16 answers are submitted at least. So this is the only bidding round for this board. The first answer to reveal is elbow. I'm afraid elbow is an incorrect answer. Elbow. Oh my god, what is this ordering? Elbow. Honey Sun, not sugar. Honey Sun. Next one. Blondie. Blondie is correct. Oh my, yeah, this is going to be difficult to find these. This is in the wrong order for me to try and find the names of the artists from it. It's ordered by title of the track, not by title of the artist. So I can't find it. It's somewhere in there. Next one, Robin Schultz. That is a correct answer. I do note that Quetz and Cetra are already safe. So are Emsley and Wooten now. They're both safe after that answer. And Lord Matji as well is safe. Sugar on the side here. No, I can't do a Control F because it's in Unity. I don't have Control F functionality in Unity. Next one. The Guess Who. Just Strahuska going this one. The Guess Who. That is correct. Let me see if I can find that one. The Guess Who. No Sugar Tonight was the name of the track. No Sugar Tonight. Well done for that. Next one. I mean, I could do that as well. Swim Deep. Only Elias going with this one. Swim Deep. Afraid that is a wipeout answer. Swim Deep. Oh, how so many answers on this. So many answers. It'll have honey in there somewhere. That's why they're a wipeout answer. Swim deep. Honey. Literally just called honey. Honey by Swim Deep. There you go. 8 right and 3 wrong left on the board. Next one. Sneaker Pimps. Triodo, Score Count, and Elias going with this one. Sneaker Pimps. That is a right answer. Sneaker Pimps is Spin Spin Sugar. Spin Spin Sugar is the track with that name. Next one. Bring Me the Horizon. Drahuska, Your Nightmare, Ryan, and Asset going with Bring Me the Horizon. That is a right answer. Bring Me the Horizon is... I cannot find it. Sugar, honey, ice, and tea. All of them there. But it did contain the word sugar. 6 right and 3 wrong left on the board. Ryan, you still have a bit of 5 to work through. So do you, Connie. You still have a bit of 5 to work through. Next answer. Grateful Dead. Grateful Dead is correct. Grateful Dead. Sugar Magnolia is the title. Sugar Magnolia. Excuse me. Triodo is now safe. No more bid to give. Samster is safe. Next one. Peace. Just Connor going with this one. Peace. Peace is correct. Sugar Stone is the title of the track. Sugar Stone, correct. 4 right, 3 wrong left to go. Next one is Sturgill Simpson. Just Ryan going with this one. That is a right answer. This one I can't find. Oh, there you go. Sugar Daddy. Sugar Daddy was the title of that one. 3 right, 3 wrong left to go. Ryan, yeah, unfortunately has 4 answers yet to give, so we'll be wiping out at the very least. Next one. Garbage. 7 players going with this one. Garbage. Garbage is correct. Sugar. Again, just sugar. 2 right, 3 wrong left to go. Next one is Thrice. Just 3 players going with this one. Thrice. Oh, and just like that, Connor gets the wipeout. Goes straight back down to the bottom. Thrice is Black Honey. Not sugar, I'm afraid. 2 right, 2 wrong. Biggest bids left to go are Apodo Nuevo with 2, Ryan with 2, although Ryan has just wiped out already. Next one. Florida Georgia Line. Your Nightmare, Apodo Nuevo, and Line TK going with the Florida Georgia Line. I'm afraid that is a wipeout answer as well. Florida Georgia Line is Life is a Honeymoon. Not sugar again. Honeymoon. 2 right, 1 wrong left on the board. The A-Teens. 9 players going with this one. The A-Teens. That is a right answer. The A-Teens is Sugar Rush. Sugar Rush by the A-Teens. So there's only 1 right and 1 wrong. We still have Clive, Connor, and Ryan to give an answer. Next answer to reveal is Robert Earl Keane Jr., given by Clive and Ryan. Is this the last right answer? No, that is the last wipeout answer, I'm afraid. That does mean Pistol Annie's, although Connor is in the wipeout zone, that was a right answer. Sugar Daddy, Pistol Annie's, and that last one there is... You're done Control Fing now, yeah. It's the end of that round. Natter doing superbly well with that because everyone lowballed their bids. Now in the lead after the author bonus of 200. In tied second place is Schroeder, Drahuska, and Score Count. Then it's Jasak and Samster. Then Avti, Emsley, Wooter. And then it's Talcott, Quet, Cetra, Lord, Catnip, Puzzleland, and Lupine. Alright, board number 2 is Rolling in the Dough. Another Natter question, I'm afraid, but that's just how it's happened. Answers are... From pancake, croutons, baguettes, baps and buns, a world full of yeast and dough-filled aisles. From the list here, how many of these are actual breads from around the world? All information has been taken off of a wiki. Wrong answers are different types of cheeses, not bread. 60 seconds starts now. I do apologise with the back-to-back authoring on this one, Natter, but it was either that or like triple backing of score count or something like that. It's just a bit irritating. 11 of these are breads, 5 of these are cheeses. Which is right, which is wrong? I mean, it does mean you get another 200 points after this, Natter, so if these are more low bid bids, then you're going to be sufficiently in the lead. 30 seconds left. Well, not quite that. We're still have about 20 seconds left. Biggest bid of 8 so far, I think. 10 seconds left. 5 to go. And that is time. Booter and Tipster failing to get a bid in time. I'm guessing Tipster having internet problems again. Booter, I'm afraid you will be wiped out as well. Hard luck. We do have all 16 answers accounted for, though, so we will end on this bidding phase once again. I mean, you may have needed to step out as well. That is also possible as well. Okay, the first answer to reveal is faux gas. Looping, Clive and Ryan going with faux gas. That is correct. Made in France, some versions are sculpted or slashed into a pattern resembling an ear of wheat. It is a bread. Next, Trapista, or Trapista. Trahuska, Talcott and egg fried cheese going with Trapista. I'm afraid that is a wipeout. Trapista is a traditional Hungarian, Bosnian and Serbian semi-hard cow's milk cheese. It has a mild flavour and melts easily. It is not a form of bread, I'm afraid. 10 right, 4 wrong left on the board. Next one is Broa. Broa. 8 players going with this one. Broa. Broa is correct. Broa, made in Portugal, and like the cornbread typical of the southern US, made of a mix of cornmeal and wheat or rye flour, leavened with yeast rather than baking powder or baking soda. Broa is a correct answer. Next one to reveal, Rubing. Just egg fried cheese going with this one. Rubing. So far, egg fried is kind of 2 for 2 on the cheeses front, hence its name. Rubing is a firm, fresh goat milk cheese made in the Yunnan province of China by people of the Bai and Sani minorities. 9 right, 3 wrong left to go. Next one is Halula. Just Trioda going with this one. Halula. Halula is correct. Halula is... I can find that answer. Made in Chile, round, baked with butter, used for aliados, is a cheese and ham sandwich. But Halula is the bread. Well done, Trioda. Next one to reveal is Zopf. 5 players going with this one. Zopf. Zopf is a right answer. Zopf. Made in Germany and Switzerland, made of white flour, milk, egg, butter, yeast, dough, and is braided, brushed with egg yolk before baking, forming a gold crust. Well done for getting that one. 7 right, 3 wrong left on the board. Next one to reveal is Uda. I did actually change this one while it was into proof, because when I was looking and Googling these answers, this one actually had a different name, and this one seemed to be more consistent. Uda, only egg fried cheese going with this one. 3 for 3 on the cheese front. Uda, made in Hungary. It's made from whey. 3 for 3 on the cheeses by egg fried cheese. 7 right, 2 wrong left on the board. Next one is... Oh, I've hit the button twice. We've got the bug, people. I'm sorry. I've hit the button twice, so we will have some weird entries possibly if there's a wipeout and a correct in here. Sorry about that. So we are looking between cottage loaf and marachetta. Yeah, that one was a double tap, I'm afraid. That was accidentally double tap. So those 2 answers we will reveal. Which one we will reveal, I don't know. Cottage loaf was correct. Let's quickly look at that. Cottage loaf. I mean, it's got loaf in the name. Made in the UK, name refers mostly to shape of loaf, not consistency. Loaves are made when larger or smaller, roughly spherical balls are squashed together, forming a cottage shape. And the marachetta, that was also right as well. Marachetta, made in Chile, made with flour, salt, water, and leavening. All right, so they were both right anyway. 5 right and 2 wrong left on the board. Next one is Bocconcini. Bocconcini. No idea. Is it a right answer? No. Egg fried, you missed one. Made in Italy is mozzarella balls made to look like eggs. So 3 for 4 on the cheesy front on this one, egg fried. 5 right, 1 wrong left on the board. Next one to reveal is Thibaut. Or Thibaut. Oh! That's the last wipeout answer we have on the board. Made in Denmark, cow's milk cheese. Similar to a mild samsel. It is loaf-shaped with a cream-coloured, holy interior and a yellow rind. It has a slightly salty, smooth and lactic flavour. Does mean that the remaining 5 answers are all correct. Let's go through them all. Bublik. That is correct. Bublik is made in Poland, made from yeast-leavened wheat dough that commonly contains milk, butter and egg whites and is rather sweet. Blah. Blah is made in Ireland, doughy, white bread bun roll specialty. Next, Dampfnudel. That's correct. Dampfnudel, made in Germany, usually dense and moist with a white top surface. Barmbrack. Barmbrack is made in Ireland, sweeter than sandwich bread but less rich than cake. Contains sultanas and raisins to add texture. And the last one, brioche. Brioche is indeed a right answer as well. Made in France, a highly enriched bread, noted for its high butter and egg content, commonly served as a component of French desserts. And after that, Natter is still in the lead after the 2 author bonuses, now on 400. Score count in second place, 250. Then we have JSAC 210, Samster 210, Lupine 160, Dominoid 150, Ryan 150, Emsley 90, Cetra 70, Clive 60, Lord 40, Applecuss, that's a new name, Applecuss 30, Asset 30, Quetz 20, Catnip 20, Elias 10, Your Nightmare 10, and Apodo Nuevo 10. We now move on to board number 3. And board number 3 is... It's a sequel world after all. Your answers are... Disney love their sequels. Which of these beloved Disney films got a sequel? To be clear, by sequel we mean a future movie that was produced and distributed by Disney that is marketed as a sequel. 60 seconds, start now. 11 of these got a sequel, 5 of these did not. Which are right, which are wrong? Score count who wrote this question will be getting the author bonus of 200, which will then currently place them into first place, only 50 points ahead of Natter. So Natter only needs 3 correct answers to regain the lead after this round. Any typos are unintentional, score count is alright. Oh, like Pocahontas, I guess. Yeah, because it should be Poca. JSAC, Lord, Apple, Elias, Apodo Nuevo, and Tipster still need to give an answer. 10 seconds. 5 seconds left to give an answer. 3, 2, 1. That's time. Applecast, Elias, and Tipster, I'm afraid you didn't get an answer in time. Youch. 3 more wipeouts, I'm afraid. I did see those answers come in, especially from Elias, and this did actually come up with an answer of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Elias did have a bid of 10. That would have been the highest bid, I'm afraid. But the highest bid actually in play is 9 from Natter and from Egg Fried Cheese. Those are the only 2 people going with a bid of 9. After that, then it's like a bid of 8. The lowest bid we have is 1 from Emsley. How many answers did we actually have picked from the board? We had all 16 picked from the board. So we will see all the answers and bidding will end in this round. First answer is Aladdin. Yeah, that's Aladdin's actually had 2 sequels. Return of Jafar and Aladdin and the King of Thieves. Next one is Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. Only 3 players going with this one. Trioda, Jahuska, and Egg Fried going with Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. A correct answer. Mickey's Twice Upon a Christmas was released in 2004. What a sensible name. Next one to reveal is Pocahontas. 12 players going with this one. Pocahontas. Pocahontas is a right answer. Pocahontas 2, Journey to a New World was the sequel. Next answer to reveal is Mulan. Yep, Mulan just had a straight up sequel. Not much else to say on that front. 7 right, 5 wrong left on the board. We have no perfect remaining bids yet to go. Router is now safe. No more answers to give. Next to reveal is Bambi. Bambi 2. Yeah, it happened. 6 right, 5 wrong left on the board. Next one to reveal is Pinocchio. Just Catnip, Drahuska and Avti going with this one. Pinocchio. Kinda had a sequel. It was a thinly veiled cash and grab by a company called Filmation, but it wasn't a Disney thing. Disney didn't make it, so although there kind of was a sequel, it wasn't a Disney sequel. So I'm afraid that is a wipeout answer. Catnip, Avti, and Drahuska falling foul of that one. 6 right and 4 wrong left on the board, and my phone is going crazy, and I don't know why. And thank you very much for the follow, Dominoid. Appreciated. Okay, lots of things going on. Yeah, I need to check all that out. Alright, next one to reveal is Atlantis, the Lost Empire. That is correct. Where's the information on that? Despite the very mediocre reception of the original Atlantis, it did still get a sequel, though it's really just 3 animated shorts stitched together. But there was a sequel. 5 right, 4 wrong left on the board. Trioda, you have a perfect bid remaining now. You must get all the answers remaining right. Next one is Sleeping Beauty. No. Sleeping Beauty is one of the few movies from that animation era to go untouched and without an actual sequel, I'm afraid. 5 right, 3 wrong now. Next one is The Three Caballeros. Also a wipeout answer. The 3 Caballeros where 1 goes, not 2 or 3. Chioda now wipeout answer. 5 right, 2 wrong left on the board. Next one to reveal is The Great Mouse Detective. Dear, another wipeout answer. Great Mouse Detective sadly never got a sequel. Oh well, leave the best movie alone, according to, again, #opinions. Score count. 5 right, 1 wrong left on the board. Next to reveal is Peter Pan. Peter Pan did get a sequel. Peter Pan Return to Neverland, which actually takes place a good time after the original. Next one is 101 Dalmatians live action. It's interesting that these have been split up as animated and live action. 101 Dalmatians live action. Yes, indeed. Yep. The 102 Dalmatians was the sequel to 101 Dalmatians, the live action. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command: The Adventure Begins. No. That one is a wipeout answer, I'm afraid. It's an animated TV series for which The Adventure Begins as a feature-length edit of the first 3 episodes is not a direct sequel, and it's not a movie. It's an animated TV series, I'm afraid. Does mean the last 3 answers are correct. Let's go through them all. Lilo and Stitch. Lilo and Stitch 2. Stitch has a glitch. Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast got a couple of sequels, and the last one, 101 Dalmatians animated. Yes, indeed. 101 Dalmatians 2, Patch's London Adventure was that last one. And at the end of board number 3, Nat is now all the way up to 850 points. Score count now on 450. JSAC 420, Asset 390, Samster 310, Cetra 220, Lord 190, Lupine 190, Clive 160, Apodo Nuevo 110, Emsley 100, Talcott 100, Puzzledan 60, Router 60, and Quetz 50. We still have 2 more boards to play out. And I know that this is now the scheduled time for 1 versus 100 to start. We'll just try and rush through these as quickly as we can. Board number 4 is Legendary Artifacts, and your answers are Which of these items were artifacts showcased in an episode of the Nickelodeon game show Legends of the Hidden Temple? Each episode of the Legends of the Hidden Temple ends with a pair of contestants attempting to retrieve an artifact from a temple. We are looking for items which were the subject of one of these temple runs from any of the show's 120 episodes across all 3 seasons. 60 seconds start now. Yeah, I'm afraid if you're from the UK, or basically anything that's not the US, good luck with this one. Jay saying I'm from the US and the guy got no clue. "25 seconds left. Still need answers from Apuerto Nuevo, Elias, Applecast, thank you Applecast, Connor and Tipster. 15 seconds remaining. Thank you Apodo. Thank you Elias. Connor and Tipster still need to give an answer. Thank you Connor. Tipster. 5 seconds left. That is time. Elias only giving one answer, I see. Tipster, I'm afraid he did not answer in time. So that will be a wipeout. And all 16 answers were picked from the board once again. So, we will only have the one bidding round. No more cruel rounds. Biggest bids here we have Catnip on 8, Andrew Husker and Connor on 8. Those in the top 4 there going with very conservative 1 bids. Samster going with a 2 bid, Cetra on a 1 bid as well. So some low ball bids and then some high ball bids, but all the answers are accounted for. First answer to reveal is the Sword of Septimus. Just 4 players going in this one. The Sword of Septimus. Who wrote this one? This was Grunkle who wrote this question. Grunkle Squeaky. Sword of Septimus, I'm afraid, is a wrong answer, despite everyone knowing the story of the assassination of Pompey the Great. Okay, no such item was ever in an episode of the show. In fact, the closest thing to a weapon that was ever in an episode is either a hammer or either of the 2 cannonballs. So that is a wrong answer, I'm afraid, and you get wiped out. Next to reveal is the missing arm of David. 7 players going in this one. The missing arm of David. Straight off the bats, we've got 2 wipeouts. The missing arm of David. There was an artifact titled the missing eye of David, despite the real statue having both of its arms and eyes, but not a missing arm of David, I'm afraid. Okay, 11 right still to reveal, 3 wrong. So odds are now stacked a bit more in favour. Next to reveal is the seed bag of Johnny Appleseed. Oh, wow. Getting the wipeouts in early here. The seed bag of Johnny Appleseed. There was an artifact titled the Mush Pot Hat of Johnny Appleseed, but not a seed bag, I'm afraid. And just like that, we only now have 12 players left that can actually score in this round. 11 right and 2 wrong left to go. Wow. I mean, all the answers are accounted for, but we've already seen 3 wipeouts in a row. Very crazy. Next to reveal is the dried apple half of William Tell. There we go, the first answer to reveal there. 19th episode of Series 3. Next is the walking stick of Harriet Tubman. 5 players going this one. Yes, indeed. Where is that? I'm not seeing that one now. Oh, yeah. Walking stick of, yep. 17th episode of Series 2. Team's temple run only failed because the second contestant to enter the temple didn't follow their teammate's path. Next to reveal is the broken wing of Icarus. A few people going with this one. The broken wing of Icarus is a right answer. 29th episode of Series 2. Next one is the melted head of Madame Tussaud. Is correct. Melted head is 34th episode of Series 3. The head is actually a wax bust of Napoleon made by Tussaud, not a bust of Tussaud herself. 7 right, 2 wrong to go. Next is the Golden Fleece of Phrixus. Only 2 players going with this one. The Golden Fleece of Phrixus. And there's the fourth wrong answer. Where is that info? Based off the Greek myth where Phrixus' goddess mother Nephele sends a golden ram to save him and his sister from the stepmother, which he later shears, but is a wrong answer. There was no artifact by that name. 7 right, 1 wrong left on the board. Are we going to see the last early wipeout, or are we going to get through all the other 7 answers? Next one, the helmet of Joan of Arc. That is a right answer. 39th episode of Series 1. 6 right, 1 wrong. Next is the Journal of Charles Darwin. Wow. That is the last wipeout answer. Darwin's Journal, The Galapagos, is actually a real book published by Darwin himself, but was not an actual artifact. Jeez. So we do know that the last 9 players in have given right answers. Let's go through them all quickly. The golden pepperoni of Catherine de Medici is correct. I don't know where that is. Yep, can't find it. Next one. The electrified key of Benjamin Franklin is right. That is 4th episode of Series 2. Next one. The paintbrush of Leonardo da Vinci. That is right. The paintbrush. 15th episode of Series 1. The belly button of Buddha is right. Belly button of Buddha. 25th episode of Series 1. Levitating dog, leash of Nostradamus. Yes. 3rd episode of Series 2. The last one, the lost love letter of Captain John Smith. Was 25th episode of Series 2. And there we go. Yeah, that was a very cruel round, I believe. Playing Breath of the Wild, then. Yeah, no. So at the end of that round, we've already got 9 players with a positive score now. Nata on 860, Scorecap 460, JSAC 430, Samson 340, Cetra 230, Emsley 160, Ruta 160, Puzzledan 70, and Egg Fried 30. But we have one final board to play. Hello, Whiskers. Oh, God. Okay. And the final board is Coat of Many, but not every colour. Oh, gold. Here we go. The coat of many, but not every colour. Answers are... In Andrew Lloyd Webber's Joseph in the Technicolor Dreamcoat, there is a song called Joseph's Coat that shows off just how colourful it was by naming 29 colours. 11 of them are shown here for you, and the other 5 are colours that Jacob forgot about. Can you find the correct 11 colours? 6 seconds start now. Where are you going, Whiskers? Where are you going? Where are you going? Ah? ...30 seconds, roughly. Are you just going to stay there, are you, Whiskers? Are you going to sit there? Nope. I need to brush you again, do I? Jeez. You're molting like crazy. 5 seconds left. Applecast tipster in your nightmare. I'm afraid that is time. Applecast tipster in your nightmare. You did not give an answer in time. And that will be a wipeout. 15 answers were picked from the board. That does mean we will end on this bidding round. This is Whiskers. Everybody that does not know, welcome to Whiskers on stream. What's that? Is that one of your whiskers on the... That's one of your whiskers that's just come out, isn't it? Why is one of your whiskers just dropped out? That's not right. That's really not right. You shouldn't have whiskers just dropping out. I have to check that out. Okay. Well, the biggest bids we have are Connor with 11. J-Sack and Drew Husker on 10. Interesting. Okay, let's go and see what they all are. I don't have any further information on this one. It's just they're either in or they're not. The microphone is now hers. Yeah, indeed. All right. Oh, careful, Whiskers. I nearly pressed the button while you then darted at my hand. I'm going to have to be careful now. I'm going to have to actually protect the buttons. Okay, first answer. Crimson. Crimson is correct. Next. Ochre is correct. 9 to go. Connor, I'm afraid to say you have 10 answers. There are 9 that are right. You're going to get a wipeout. Sorry. Back to Whiskers. Next one. Violet. Violet is correct. Next. Scarlet. Scarlet is correct. Emsley is now safe. No more answers to give. Fuchsia. There's our first wipeout. Fuchsia is a wrong answer. Does not feature in the song. 7 right, 4 wrong to go. Salmon. Also a wipeout. Salmon does not feature in the song. Just 3 wipeouts left to go. Next. White. Yep, white is in there. Then Russet. Interesting colour name. Only 6 players going with this one. Russet. Russet is up there, indeed. There are 16 players left that can get a positive score by the end of the game. Next one to reveal is Coral. I'm afraid Coral is a wipeout answer. We're now down to 12 players that can give a can end on a positive score. Next is Rose. That is correct. Next, Gold. A lot of people going with this one. Gold. Gold is correct. 3 right, 2 wrong to go. Next one to reveal is Fawn. Fawn is correct. Samster now no more to give. Natter and Jasak still have 2 to give. It's pretty much that's the only competition that's left in this game now between Natter and Jasak. Have either of them given a wipeout at any point here? Let's see. Next to reveal is Aqua. No, Aqua is a wrong answer, I'm afraid. So we're now down to 9 players left to give an answer or have already answered. The remaining players have wiped out, I'm afraid. 2 right, 1 wrong. Natter and Jasak still have 2 to give. Next to reveal is Chocolate. Both Natter, Jasak giving this one alongside Egg Fried, Elias and Clive. Chocolate. It is up there. Chocolate is a correct answer. Just 1 right left and 1 wrong left. Silver. Both Natter and Jasak have given this answer, so the fate is sealed as to whether they win or they wipe out. Is it the last remaining right answer? It is indeed. And that is the end of the game. And after that, Natter wins with 1,140. Then it's Jasak on 980. Score count on 660. Samster 440. Egg Fried 180. Emsley 170. Lord, Matt G 100. Avti 30. And Elias finishes with a positive score of 10. Everybody else, unfortunately, did get a wipeout score, and you end on 0. So that is the end of... Oh, come on, Cameron, what are you doing? That is the end of Wipeout.